All right, guys, and welcome back to another video. So tonight on the dyno, we have the Fiat 500T. If this is your first time watching Yoast Built or the first time seeing this car on the channel, I would just give you a quick rundown of what's done to it and what we're trying to accomplish tonight. So the car has a ATP downpipe, ATM side mount intake. It has a CFP front mount intercooler. It has Euro compulsion tuner. We can do phase 0, 1, and 2. And the car has a stock exhaust and Alfa Romeo 4C coil packs, and also a Forged Motorsports wastegate. So the only problem we run into with this car, and the reason why we actually have the bumper off, is to do an oil change. So if you guys look into purchasing the ATM side mount intake, it comes with this cute little velocity stack right here, and it also comes with a K&N with a water sock. We have it off right now because we just did an oil change. If you guys have never done an oil change on a Fiat, the oil filter is down in here in this little hole. You need a 27mm long extension and a 13mm to take the bolt out of the oil pan. So very simple to do it. It's just plastic, so you got to be kind of careful with it. But we just did a fresh oil change. We just reset the battery so the tune shouldn't have any check engine lights. And then we're going to get to testing. We want to do a phase 0 pull with an open velocity stack and then with a filter. Then we want to do phase 1 open, phase 1 filter, phase 2 open, phase 2 filter. The reason why we're doing this is because if you guys notice at the track or any of the videos, if you go back and watch the Fiat when we do pulls, around $5,000 to $5,500, it has a random misfire where it either drops boost or it loses spark. We just upgraded a couple of parts to see if we can, remedy that. Before, it never had the wastegate actuator, and I never had this intake. At the track on the last pass, it did have these, and it still had the random misfire. So we are going to basically just test out the tunes and see if we could fix that problem. So hope you guys enjoy and stay tuned. Alright guys, so we just got done with the process of flashing the ECU. We are now on phase 0. We have the ESC turned off, we have the e-brake off, and you have to have the door shut. The car, when you're trying to tune it, if you don't have the door shut, it'll actually make the computer not act right. The most horsepower this thing's ever made was in Florida. It made 155. We're going to do a pull in third gear and see what she makes. .96 and 180 wheel torque. The air fuels start all the way up here at 15s. They get down into the 12s, bounce up to the mid 13s, and then by red line they're down to 11.5. So I just stuck the filter on, and we're going to do another third gear pull on the phase 0 tune. All right, e-brake off, dyno unlocked. All the lights on the dash because the car thinks it's getting in an accident. And here we go. Well guys, I forgot to hit the sport button, so that was the regular tune. Alright guys, now we have it in sport mode. So in eco mode, it made 150 wheel. That's surprising. And let's go. Let her cool down a little bit. So with the filter, we gain 4-wheel horsepower, and look at the air fuel ratios, so much better. So running your car without the filter, at least with the Euro Compulsion Phase 0 tune, not recommended. And then here's your Eco 150, 170. Something happened with the torque trigger right here. You can see how bouncy it is. But yeah, Eco mode 150, Phase 0, 166. Alright guys, so we are back with you. We flashed on the Phase 1 tune. We're going to leave the filter on because it made more power with the filter on last time. And then we're going to do a secondary pull, taking the filter off. We're letting it warm up right now because we actually went and got some dinner. And we're going to get right into doing another third gear pull to see if Phase 1 has the cutout issue and if it makes more power. Good? Alright, so we have the filter pulled off. As you guys see, all the lights are still on the dash. I just unlocked the dyno. Now let's do a pull without the filter. Phase 1, third gear, and see what we get. It made 166 and 195. So that's on par with what we made on Phase 0. Well guys, 166 and 168. So it actually made more power without the filter this time than with the filter on the Phase 1 tune Euro Compulsion. The air fuels are actually pretty close all the way across, but the without the filter is definitely on the richer side for most of the pull. Alright guys, so Phase 2 is officially flashed onto the ECU. This is the most advanced fuel map, advanced timing map that we have from Euro Compulsion. These are all the tunes they sent us based off of the data logs we sent them probably 2 years ago, maybe. Like I said, when we got these data logs done, we had a lot less bolt-ons, so the tune is pretty, I would say, conservative. But right now we still have the filter off the car, and put a little temperature in her and do a dyno pull and see what she makes. See if we can get some good turbo noises from the camera outside. There goes the breakup we've been looking for. 167. So we're actually made less power than we made on the Phase 1 tune. Alright guys, so it made less power on Phase 2 and broke up both times. So what we're going to do now is we're going to flash this file tune back to the 100% OEM tune with the bolt-ons. Like I said, we haven't changed nothing on this car today besides doing its oil change before we got on the dyno. And we're going to flash the stock tune back on the car, we're going to do a dyno pull on the stock tune, stock boost level with the bolt-ons we have, and then we will see what it makes, and we will preferably flash it back to phase 1 because it's made the most power on phase 1. It didn't have any breakups on the dyno, and it made the most torque as well. So
the air feels on point.
This takes about 15 minutes, and I'll get back with you. All right, guys, so this is the stock Fiat tune. My brother guessed 142 horsepower. I guess 147. He thinks it's gonna make that much less than the Eco tune that we already run. Get it up to 2,000 RPMs, and let's go.
Stock tune.
Pitiful 134. All right, guys, so for the last dyno pull of the night, we are going to flash on the 5th tune that comes from Euro Compulsion. The 5th tune is basically a 695 Fiat Abarth tune. If you guys know nothing about a 695 Fiat Abarth, it is basically a collaboration between Ferrari and Fiat to build 99 Fiats. Some of them came with like carbon fiber dashes. They were all in super rare colors. Some of them were actually painted Ferrari colors. So if you guys didn't know or are gonna find out now, is Ferrari and Fiat used to basically be combined. They were kind of similar companies, and they helped each other out in the, you know, Italian car market. So they are definitely farther apart now because Fiat owns Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Lamborghini. They own a bunch of stuff, but Fiat actually has a tune from them which is rated at 180 crank horsepower, or bhp, for everybody overseas. Like our Fiat Abarths over here, the 595 versions are only rated at 170, whereas the 500T, which is what we have here, is only rated at 135. So we're gonna do a pull with that tune, and then we're gonna see what we make for power. All right, guys, 695 Fiat Ferrari tune. Let's see what she makes. All right, guys, so we are done playing with the Fiat on the dyno, and we have some final numbers and some things for you guys to look at. So I don't know how well you're gonna make this out in the video, so I'm gonna try to be as simple as possible with the color codes. The red tune, or red line, 134 horsepower, is the stock Fiat 500T tune. The blue line, the 164 horsepower, is the Fiat 1695 tune. So that is a factory Fiat tune for the Ferrari collab with Fiat, the 695, which they only made 99 of. The green line, the 150, is the Euro Compulsion Eco tune. The orange line, and the best numbers of the day, is the Euro Compulsion Phase 1 with the open velocity stack with a maximum number of 168.96, almost 169 horsepower. I'm sure I could change the smoothing and make that go to, let's see, we'll set it on 0, which is usually the most erratic. Boom, 170 horsepower with a little jumping power right here at the end. But standard correction 5, 168.96 horsepower, and a new record for our Fiat. We do plan on building that motor that you guys saw us take apart on the channel. That motor will have pistons and rods. We do have a cam for it, and we do have a big wheel stalker turbo for it. I personally plan on making a 2.5 or 3-inch exhaust for the car, because right now, if you were wondering why it was so quiet in the video and the turbo was so loud, is because we have the downpipe feeding back into a stock exhaust. The 2.5-inch exhaust you guys saw us install in the video a while back would definitely not pass emissions up here, would definitely not pass the sound test up here, because it is ridiculously loud. When I say loud, that you could hear that thing from miles away. It might gain power on the dyno, but it is way too loud. It doesn't have any mufflers in it, and it is ridiculous. But since the downpipe is 3-inch, I am 100% sure that a 3-inch exhaust would help the car out a lot. The Juke gained around 12 wheel horsepower from going from a 2.5 to 3-inch exhaust. My 2.5-inch exhaust had 1 muffler. My 3-inch exhaust has 2 mufflers. So I'm pretty sure that with the tune we have, the phase 1, if I build a proper exhaust for the car, we could get this thing to make upwards of 175 wheel horsepower, if not more, on stock turbo with just the bolt-ons we have. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. I don't know how long it is at this point, but it's probably pretty long because we did a lot of dyno testing today. And hope you guys got some insight on the Euro compulsion tunes and what you get when you go to each different version. Your phase 1, your phase 2, your phase 0, and your 695T versus your Eco tune, and then what a stock 500T makes. If you guys haven't already subscribed to YoSpilt, click the little icon down below, give this video a thumbs up, and until the next one, you guys are the greatest.